Hello, everybody, and welcome to WarCrafters for October 6th, 2024. Season 1, Episode 24. I am Mayor Watt, and along with the Sentient AI from the future, we're going to be talking about these 5 articles. I came up with the titles. The real titles are on the other side of this. Stop Killing Games Even This Way, Spray Paint Simulator, Mystery Games, Tales of the Shire, and City Builders Before the End. That and more. Everything's powered by ohmtown.com. Go over there and become a citizen. That's that right there. Just go over there. Sign up. I'm fixing the menus. Something went hinky. See you on the other side. All right, folks. Welcome, Sentient AI from the future.
Hello, Mayor Watt, and hello, Ohmtown citizens.
Got to figure out a way to keep my headset in. All of the positive pressure inside my brain is pushing my earbuds out.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's like pants and muffin top. All right. Wait. We have a new graphic.
Oh, yes, I think that fits.
Yeah, it says overshare if you're in the podcast. Anyway, and you can get all of the links for today's podcast and show and YouTube video and all of that kind of stuff. It's !WC, and that'll pull up all of the articles. Sort of. What the heck? Something is amiss. Hold on, let me try that again. There we go. Yeah. All right. There we go. Got it. So anyway, the very first article is over in the WarCrafters channel. Finally, an online game shutting down the right way. This is the longest title that I think we've had. Islands of Insight will close servers next month and, quote, permanently modify the game to be offline only so the promising puzzler can live on.
That's like an entire article in the headline.
It's the beginning, middle, and end of the story, yes. But I titled this Stop Killing Games Even This Way.
You need the spoiler alert button for this based on the headline.
Oh, we do? Do we really? Because it
tells the whole article. Normally we do that in continuity report, but I'm thinking it fits here.
Spoiler alert, everybody. You're being told that. Yeah, got it. Okay, so hold on a second. I need to do something. Just need to make sure that we're streaming. Okay. All right, folks. So I titled this Stop Killing Games Even This Way for one reason alone. If it was an online game, provide the server so that it can remain an online game, right? That's what people paid for. It says, I liked shared world puzzle game Islands of Insight quite a bit when it came out in 2023, and so did some of the PC gamer compatriots. Alas, it wasn't able to find an audience, and today publisher Behavior Interactive announced that, like so many other online games, the servers will be shutting down at the end of August. But the good news is that even without remote servers, you'll be able to keep playing. But they say offline only. So let's hope that they have local servers that are LAN and remote connection, at least 1-to-1, maybe not whatchamacallit, where they find somebody. Oh God. So hold on. We'll get into it on the other side of this. Okay, so the article is over at pcgamer.com. Andy Chalk is the author. And it says here, a save game bug that was putting heavy stress on SSDs will also be fixed before the end comes. But they're basically going to be making a modification to the game itself so that it's playable for offline mode. And offline mode was released in July that keeps the game world intact with the same biomes, respawning puzzles, and daily quests without requiring an internet connection. Social functionality isn't available, of course, but that's not really a huge loss because interactivity with the other players was never all that great in Islands of Insight anyway. One of the notable weaknesses in an otherwise very good puzzle game. It says the LOL team. IOI, I think that those are I's, not L's. So the IOI team said at the time that the offline world would expand our play experience and provide players with an opportunity to join us in the islands, but that didn't work out, as recorded by SteamDB. Peak concurrent players count of 7,755. So hold on one second, because hold on. This may not actually resolve. 1 second. Okay, so in times like this, I like to look up things. What is it called? You know, I really hate it when my brain does this. We've got a little.
I'm not sure what the term is that you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm. Let me find it. So Throne and Liberty. I want to look up Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty. So this says peak users, right? Was how much?
I think 7,755 in June.
So what is... So there are times where I see Throne and Liberty not that high. So yeah, like on Saturday, well, it just came out, so I better not really say much about it. But there are these little valleys that have like 14,000 players. But right now there's a lot. There's 255,000 players. So I don't know. I think a small game with little marketing.
Well, we've had previous articles in WarCrafters that have discussed, I don't know if it's so much discoverability, but the problem is they get kind of wiped out by other games. Like they maybe get featured for 5 minutes or something, and then it goes away.
Yep. So they say here, so here we are, the final Islands of Insight update set to roll out on October 30th will permanently modify the game to be offline only. The community team said this will allow Islands of Insight to live on for all seekers to find and enjoy, while we focus our efforts onto our next projects. So as long as they're not killing it, but see, they're kind of hobbling it in a way that I don't really... If you can make the server persist so that people can play it locally, then why not do that? You have the server, why can't you integrate it into the game so that it can be played?
Absolutely. Plus, this also seems like a death spiral.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going on. They're removing the function that could attract more, but maybe the game just isn't going to command enough. But I don't know why they wouldn't include the server so that a person can spin it up and have connections to somebody else in their Steam friend list or something. Many games have that functionality, so why not do that? So they're going to do a new single-player logic puzzle game. It's unrelated to Islands of Insight, but features new creations by the same team of world-class puzzle designers that worked on Islands of Insight. But the problem here is that if it isn't new, it's going to be the same old. Why? I almost go LOL instead of IOI. Yeah. So hopefully this turns around, but if it says, as recorded by SteamDB, player counts have been in a long, slow decline after a giveaway the end of June brought in an all-time peak concurrent player count of 7,755.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that the giveaway was the where they hit their peak. It's also concerning if this is only a year old.
Right. Yeah, there's 66 people playing this right now. The 24-hour peak is 146. Yikes. All right, let's keep moving. The next article is over in WarCrafters. Extremely chill spray paint simulator wants to be your next power wash style obsession.
Count me in.
At PAX West, Kotaku got the chance to preview a previously unannounced game that has now officially been revealed in public as Spray Paint Simulator. If you have played dozens of hours of Power Wash Simulator like I have, not me, the author of this article over at Kotaku, then you'll be right at home with Spray Paint Simulator. And I'm here for it. There you go. Virender Singh Jubal put this article together. It says they spent 30 minutes with the upcoming sim game that lets you repaint your neighborhood. I like this.
I mean, it sounds like it would be satisfying, like Power Wash.
So, Spray Paint Simulator can be added to your wish list right now, but it has a 2025 date for release. I suspect that you're going to have to do all of the stuff that you would normally have to do when spray painting something, like do all the masking, and otherwise you're going to end up with overspray and blah, blah, blah. But you can paint your neighborhood red.
Do you think you get to hear the sound of any tape that you put down?
Oh yeah, that, and then and you're spraying it. Yeah. That would be great. So they get to play it for 30 minutes while interviewing the 2-person development team at North Star Video Games, who bring a combined 40 years of game development experience to the project.
Do you think one person has 39 years of experience and the other has 1?
Yep. I think that's exactly how it works. Look, it has that little spray that a spray paint can would have, or a spray gun. Like you see the little mist floating off and you go, dear God, I'm inhaling that and stuff. Yeah, you actually have to take a car apart to paint it, and you have to mask off everything. They're painting extremely slow. You're going to get runs like that. Oh my God, that's really slow. Jeepers creepers. You can just go shh like that, for crying out loud. You're killing me.
Maybe there's a way to speed up the
Hey, there's money right
application.
there. There was money on that roof. Got to get it.
That's interesting.
So this just looks like an inverse Power Wash Simulator.
Wow, I really like that paint job.
Yes, professional. So in their time with the game, the first job in career mode is to spray paint a client's car. What? That should not be your first job. You start with a fence.
Right,
if
something less threatening.
Jeez. At the start of each stage, you need to make preparations before spray painting, and for the car, it means masking off different parts, protect them from the inevitable spray paint. Overspray. That's what it's called. The game's story sees you being given $5,000 to start your spray painting business, so they purchase masking tape from the in-game shop to then place on the driveway. Yeah, you should probably put cardboard down on the...
Right.
Anyway, there's a lot more to this article, but basically, it's like other simulators, except that you're depositing paint instead of washing off grime or mowing a lawn.
If they were smart, they'd team up with like Power Wash, and somebody didn't like the paint job, but then
Power
right,
wash.
you could have
paint it.
yeah, exactly. Then you turn around and do Power Wash on everything you just painted.
You know what they really should do? They should hook up with a paint supply company so that all of the paints are that brand's paints.
That would be quite brilliant.
And it could be a learning tool. So people are painting stuff, but they're doing all of the steps that are necessary to professionally paint something.
Right, and then they're also testing out color combinations, so when they need their paint, yeah, that would be smart.
Look at that. That would be amazing, because it seems like it's higher quality than what any company would produce for their product, you know? Like, normally you would get kind of this junk bulk code kind of a thing that looks really tacky and it doesn't seem like very much fun. But this looks like it would be fun, just like Power Wash Simulator is, because I've got Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, this is going to be, I'll have to get this. But it doesn't come out until 2025, so go put it on your wish list now. Let's keep going. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Oh, one more thing. Make this VR. Thank you. Make Power Wash, or not Power Wash. Make Spray Paint Simulator. Spray Paint Simulator, and Power Wash VR. I think Power
Power
Wash
Wash
is.
too.
I think it is. Power Wash Simulator, I think, is VR.
I think it is too. I think we had that in a previous episode.
Yeah. Is it? Hold on. Power Wash Adventure VR. What the heck? There's a bunch of different Power Washes.
I'm sure there were spin-offs or similar games released.
Yeah, I don't see the VR one, but that's okay. We'll come back. All right, the next article is over in WarCrafters. Mystery games are undergoing a renaissance. As the days grow longer and Halloween grows closer, mystery-loving gamers have plenty of options during the spookiest season of the year. The current mystery game renaissance began with Emio, the Smiling Man, an unexpected new title in the Famicom Detective Club series. This was followed by Ace Attorney Investigations Duology, featuring a long-awaited official English translation of the second game, Prosecutor's Gambit. A third title, which unfortunately received minimal marketing, was the remake of a classic Japanese mystery title, the Hokkaido serial murder case, the Akhost Disappearance Memories in Ice Tearful Figurine, is what best known for the clumsiest title.
I mean, it might be a translation issue.
Look at that.
Well, it says.
Oh, yeah. Mouthful of a title and being written by Dragon Quest series creator Yuji Horii. So attention towards the mystery genre has been gradually decreasing over the last several years. Key events included the massive success of indie detective title Disco Elysium and then its implosion. Nintendo's surprising remasters of the first two Famicom detective games in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So the article kind of goes over each one of these. Nintendo takes a dark turn with Emio, the Smiling Man, but I have an embargo on Nintendo. So my bias is, pretty palpable, but I won't exclude it.
But you're transparent about it.
Yeah. And, I'll connect you all to it, but I guess, how does that work? Don't hate the player, hate the game, but I like the game and hate the player.
Well, you hate the platform.
Right.
You don't hate the gamer, which is
Not
what
the
that
gamer.
sounds like.
Oh, right. Yeah, so yeah, I like the game and the gamer, but I hate the platform. And it's not even the platform. I like the platform too. I just don't like the politics that the platform. Anyway.
What the platform represents.
Yeah. So, yeah, but with every purchase, we turn them into juggernauts that are unassailable, right? They will beat you legally into submission if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, which is why I kind of expect to get that just recently, apparently the rumor is that they sent I think it was either the Software Business Alliance itself or agents of Nintendo, like duly assigned representatives of Nintendo itself, I guess, to go to South America and personally confront an emulator developer.
Wow.
That's what I heard today, as a matter of fact. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Send an email to mayor@ohmtown.com. Anyway, although the first two games, The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind, received remakes in 2021, fans generally consider the series to be a relic of the classic adventure game era that would remain in the past. Emio's release was a pleasant surprise and could indicate more Famicom Detective Club games are coming. And there's Ace Attorney Investigations Collection completes the series. Hokkaido serial murder case flew under the radar. And it says Portopia, which has been cited by Eiji Onuma and Hideo Kojima as one of the most influential games ever created, received a disappointing re-release featuring AI integration, which pisses off everybody for some reason. But if it's a poor AI integration, then I get it. But
right.
It was used by Square Enix as a demo to showcase AI capabilities, but was widely panned by critics and players. Fortunately, Hokkaido's remaster is not AI focused and is much more polished with improvements. such as a redone command menu, voiced dialogue, etc. That's always a fan favorite when they integrate voice acting.
Like voice acting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Well,
this
I
article is
suppose
pretty
that
short.
can make or break a game, right? Depending on the quality of the voice acting.
Yep. And like we heard earlier in one of the other shows, this voice acting stuff and AI is getting to the point where you can't tell the difference anymore. And if you can't tell the difference,
Reality Hacker is your show.
yeah, there you go. Let's keep moving. The next article is over in WarCrafters, why Tales of the Shire's release date is actually more than it seems. Tales of the Shire has been an anticipated game this year for many cozy genre lovers. I'm a cozy gamer, although I play other like PvP games, like Throne and Liberty, and there like New World is coming out with an expansion, and there's Diablo 4 is sitting there with a new expansion as well. I play all of these games, but I'm really a survival base builder, kind of casual, cozy gamer. So Tales of the Shire is one of the ones that I've been looking at. Although the delay may have disappointed some at first, the new launch target of March 21st for Tales of the Shire is actually a lot more meaningful than many might think. That particular date marks a monumental moment in Lord of the Rings franchise, making it the perfect time for Tales of the Shire to launch. So, and I'm not quite sure what it is. They say here that the Lord of the Rings follows the Hobbit Frodo on his quest to cast the One Ring into the fires of Mount Doom. His journey is filled with harrowing moments, but despite everything, he makes it to his destination. So what makes it so special? When Frodo finally gets to Mount Doom, he and Gollum fight, with the latter falling into the fiery pits with the One Ring in hand, ultimately bringing things to a bittersweet end. This moment takes place on March 25th, which is why Tales of the Shire's release date is so special.
Well, I didn't know that. I wonder if most viewers know that about the movie.
Yeah, I've
Maybe it's
never
in the
heard
book.
the date. Yeah. I don't remember that date from the books, but so ever since Tales of the Shire was announced back in April, many of the questions surrounding the Hobbit-focused sim life sim have revolved around how hard the game will lean into its Lord of the Rings tributes. With Weta Workshop developing the project, homages to its source material were expected since the studio helped bring the film series to life. However, the release date of March 25th further proves that the first-time game developer is likely planning on having many of the callbacks to Tolkien's fantasy franchise as possible. And I can't imagine why not. If you're going to try and draw people into this, you're going to have to stick to the source material.
Right. I don't think people like it when it's tied to it, but it doesn't acknowledge it or doesn't lean into it heavily.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, I'm looking at you.
Yep. So Tales of the Shire is already on my wish list, and it does have a formal, like it's listed right now as planned release date, March 25th, 2025. Just 5 short months away.
Right, that'll not be that far out.
Yep. And maybe, depending on how I get along with it between then and the summer of streaming, that might be, it depends. You know, if it's a single player game, I'm really not a single player game person. Even though I play games solo, I like MMO style where everybody can interact together, even if I'm like a people watcher. So like when I was younger, I used to go to a mall and hang out and watch people. So I like doing that in my survival base building game. Sometimes, invite people in to play the game and stuff like that, but this is a single player game. So I don't know how I'll get along with it. But there it is, March 25th, Tales of the Shire's release date is the day that the One Ring is thrown into Mount Doom.
Well, at least they paid attention to the date. Can you imagine if they just extended it and they said something like, it's going to be March 24th? People would get bent out of shape.
And then they go like this, like, they're like, well, what? What's the significance of the 25th?
Exactly. They're like, what's the problem? That would have completely undermined any credibility.
I forgot to say the name of the author for this one. It's over at Game Rant. Lauren Beeler Bystad put the article together. The last one, I think I said, no, I didn't. The previous one about mystery games are undergoing a renaissance is by Caitlin Mitchell Jewett from GameRant.com. So I am a slacker. There we go. So we have one more article to go for WarCrafters.
Spoiler alert.
Is there? Do I need to do
Well, yeah,
spoiler
we
alert?
just saw the article before we saw Hometown.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me do that. I need to turn this into a button. But it's really not a spoiler alert. So 6 exciting city builders coming out before the end of 2024, plus a few more to look forward to next year. In October 2023, 3 of the top 5 most wish-listed games on Steam were all city builders. Pretty conclusive evidence that city builders aren't a niche genre, but a mainstream sensation. Exactly 1 year later, those big 3 city builders have all come out. City Skylines 2 launched in 2023, Manor Lords arrived in April in early access, and Frostpunk released just last month to rave reviews. The article is over at pcgamer.com. Christopher Livingston puts this article together. And so they're going through 6 new city builders, and this first one I haven't even heard of, I don't think. Let me see if it's in my wish list. But it's called Citadelum. Yeah, it's not on my radar.
And these are all coming out this year, right? In fact, yes, this one's coming out very soon.
This one's coming out October 17th, 2024. So just, 11 days away. You can build a city so great. Will it please the gods? It's not a rhetorical question. Oh, that's why I didn't choose this one, because I'm not really a historical city builder kind of thing. So in Strategy City Builder Citadelum, the gods will visit your city in person, helping you out if they're happy, and smashing the place up if they're not. So suck less. Nova Roma, it's to be announced in 2024. I don't know, maybe since the article, they actually put something in there.
This is interesting because this also looks like it's historical.
Yep, and it's actually on my wish list. I think it's because it was talked about like how it is generated or something like that. I'm not sure. But it's a single player as well. And it like has seasons and stuff like that. And pretty fascinating. Like it has flowing water that can flood your city, and you can put up dams and stuff like that, build on the land. And yeah, it looks interesting. But that's Nova Roma. There are gods in Nova Roma too, and your city might get struck by lightning or flooded if you anger the wrong Roman deity. And then there's Beyond These Stars, and this is one that I know is on my list. Beyond These Stars.
I like the screenshot of this. It looks different.
Yeah, this actually has a trailer. And so it's a hexagonal map world, procedurally generated, I believe, on top of space whales. And so it's a strategy game city builder where you basically craft everything and you're on the back of this space whale. But I believe that it's all procedurally generated. So every time you play this, you get a different type of space whale.
I mean, if you have a space whale, it's got to be worth checking out.
Yeah, you can explore planets, set up colonies during your journey, as well as manage your relationship with the whale that you're riding, which has its own interests and agendas. Then there's Technotopia. Yeah, and Beyond the Stars was already on my wish list. Then there's Technotopia, which is also on my wish list. This is I think that this is more like a 20s era Tron-like city builder. So everything is in a perfect square. You have to place things that match together, and you get more and more points. You get cards that you can play to change the nature of your build, and you have to do certain things as well. You get little quests. This is set for release October 23rd. It says to be announced, but I think between when they built this article and today, they've actually posted the release date.
Plus, I mean, this is a little unusual that it has hackers as one of the problems to face in the game. So
it's very ohmtowny, huh? The idea behind ohmtown is basically this. But each of the stores that are in ohmtown are articles that we talk about. All right. So that is our last article, and that is the last. Oh no, I thought that there were. Wait. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, there are 2 more at the end.
There were 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So Worshippers of Cthulhu, it comes out in October 21st, 2024. And this one has a trailer as well, and it's quite interesting because you're literally building a city that is sacrificing itself to Cthulhu, one of the deep ones, the old one in particular. But yeah, so you're building a city, and it has critters and stuff like that, and you make sacrifices. So looks like it might be fun if you're into that kind of dark mode kind of thing. Manage your citizens, oversee production chains, and try to create a city so great it'll awaken the old one, Cthulhu itself.
This is interesting because I don't think any of these, other than Technotopia, have been terrestrial.
Oh, really? Let's scroll back here.
Well, we had 2 that were...
Space.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not true. They weren't modern times.
Yeah.
And then we had off-planet and underwater.
This one's kind of supernatural, so it could be anywhere, really. You know, like underground or...
That's true.
Yep. And then there's Microtopia. It has a trailer as well. And it looks like it's an insect world, and I'm for this. I dig this. Let's see. Yeah, Microtopia actually has a prologue and a demo now. And you can add it to your wish list.
Oh, wow. Those look like leafcutter ants or something.
Yeah, except that this is very circuitry-like. And if you've ever heard of Factorio or Satisfactory, then this is probably the game for you, because you basically direct insects to do the automation, systems automation, to obtain resources to build your world. Oh, ew, oh. That's like a mechanical queen, like depositing stuff. Oh boy. Anyway, Microtopia. The demo is out now. I've added it to my wish list, and I will be downloading it after the show because I want to check it out. It looks like fun. I like Satisfactory, but oh, it's crazy. And Factorio is mind-bogglingly busy, and it's fun to watch people, but oof, hurts my brain. Anyway, Microtopia might be small enough to fit inside this noggin right here. Anyway, with that in mind, we're gonna crawl our way back to the homepage of WarCrafters over at ohmtown.com. Go over, become a citizen. But that's it for us. We'll be back next week for another WarCrafters. I am Mayor Watt, and
I'm the Sentient AI. Good night, ohmtown citizens. Thanks for joining us for WarCrafters.
See you soon. Bye-bye. Microtopia made me feel like I have creepy crawlies on me.